me, I've always liked Eze. I've liked Eze for a long time. I think he's quality on and off the ball. I think his knowledge and his understanding of where to be and what to do, I think just sums him up as a player. I think he'd thrive in a team like Arsenal. I just think he's got, with more higher caliber players around him. No disrespect to Palace in that sense, but more higher caliber players around him. I think he'd thrive.
My heart says Rodrygo, but the head says it's probably a smarter move to go with Eze. Like a little bit like what I said, like the Rodrygo is the Stardust one, right? It's the name that 5 years ago we would never have dreamed about bringing in, and it's kind of like a bit of one of those where I don't know, sort of hitting the chest a little bit, like, yeah, we got him. You know, to the other fans, is a bit of one of those. But Eze is one of the, like, if you think logically about Eze, he's prem proven. He offers us options that we don't have in the team right now, like we talked about. You know, imagine bringing him on in the last sort of 10, 20 minutes. He'll come in and scare defenses, certainly in the middle of the park anyway. I think we've got a lot on the wings already. But yeah, I think the fact that he loves the club, like we just talked about Gyökeres, yeah, about his desire to come to Arsenal. It'd be the same for Eze, and Arteta wants a team of people that want to play for the badge. So yeah, I just think and even with all the rumours, like I can't. One of the things that they seem to have learned from previous seasons, yeah. So Edu would just focus on one target, and then if we didn't land that target, it was we were screwed. And this season, this window clearly is multiple options. Like, right, which one's the one we're going to go for? And what we've also heard a lot of is get them in before pre-season starts, which is in like a week's time. And I just can't, I can't see them willing to wait until the end of the window on a what if, rather than when you've got something like Eze there at the moment, which is nothing's a sure thing, but he ticks a hell of a lot of the boxes that you would want to tick when you're looking at bringing a player in. So yeah, Eze for me.
Oh, there you go, chef. Look at the smile. Look at the smile.
Now, look, for me, I'll be happy with either. I'll be honest, if Arsenal sign either, but if you broke it down and said to me, which player do you think would make the bigger difference at Arsenal Football Club, it's going to be Rodrygo because of who he is. He gets kind of lost in that Real Madrid team. He is a left winger who plays on the right because Vinicius is there. He's never going to be able to displace him, basically, just because of how good Vinicius. Because I'm sure if someone said to you, just sign Vinicius, yeah, do you know what I mean? You wouldn't even finish this. He is a player of that caliber. He's, for me, I said before, Alexis Sanchez. He's that sort of caliber where at Real Madrid, he's a bit lost. But there's games in the Champions League where they're under the cosh. They need someone to pull them out the fire. He was that man. He's that level. He goes to a level that a lot of our players don't have the ability to go to. Like I can't. Rodrygo's one of them. If he becomes available, you can't not sign him. Like if you don't, you'll be like, I can't believe we didn't sign that guy. For me, he's that. I just obviously don't get me wrong. If we went and signed Eze, I think he's like I said before, those games where you're playing against, you know, the low blocks, the Evertons, the Bournemouths, where they're putting 11 men behind the ball. You can bring him on. You play Odegaard, him, and Declan Rice. You're going to have majority of the ball. All you want them to do is try and win, score. Instead of this side to side, recycle, he gives you a more, you know, balanced approach when it comes. So, you know, we're trying to unlock defenses now. We got someone who can run at players, and he's not scared to take a shot from distance. But I feel like Rodrygo.
Is that why you're holding out till you get a name on the back of the shirt? Just in
him. I just feel like that's that Mesut Ozil kind of caliber player where if it's available, because everyone they can say, oh, he's lazy. We didn't win for 9 years. We signed Mesut Ozil and we won that same year. That's how good he was. I just remember we signed him that first game to Giroud when he wanted to. For me, one of the best performances from a footballer I've ever seen is against Leicester, Mesut Ozil. And do you remember? And I was just thinking, oh my God, This guy is like levels above anything I've seen for a long time at Arsenal Football Club. Do you know what I mean? Like that Dennis, but and I feel like Rodrygo's that when there's someone like that, it's just like, you see what we have here? Like that kind of player. I'd take him all day.
I think it'd make other teams fear Arsenal more if you had
100%.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, even our rival fans going into a match, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, but they got Rodrygo," where they won't be saying that about Eze.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think they would be saying that about Eze.
No,
I think
he's not the player.
I mean, around Europe, probably more around Europe.
Oh, no, fair enough. Fair
That
enough.
brings unpredictability, though. That for me, like that's what I like about Rodrygo. He's a player that brings like unpredictability. There's so many things like in certain parts of the pitch when he's got the ball, it's like I don't know what this guy's gonna do. Do you know what I mean?
That's what you want, innit?
Sometimes that's what we need because we look at
Jay.
we look at players like Martinelli, yeah, and he's become way too predictable. Martinelli has become way too predictable.
He's got the neck brace, innit? He's got the neck brace, and
he's become way too predictable. But somebody like Rodrygo, yeah, you put on that left flank, bro. Man is I don't even want to think about what he'd do to right backs.
So Jay, before we go into you, I just wanted to ask everyone in the chat, who do we actually think is to be rewarded for the transfer that's happening? Is it Arteta? Is it Berta? Is it a mix of both?
Berta. Because Arsenal Football Club have never made moves in the transfer market as quick, as efficient, things getting done. It's always daily, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, Calafiori. Oh, we're going to take long. It's already done. He's come in and it's not one option. We're getting linked to 1, 2, 3. One of them's going to sign. And I feel confident now we're signing someone. Whereas before, we end up with Yossi Ben Ayoun.
Leave Ben Ayoun out of this, man.
I've never seen my club move like this. It's just in terms of just like how quickly they agree personal terms and things like that. Just I've never seen our club move this way. And to me, that goes down to Berta for me because under Edu and Mikel, obviously you've been there under Edu. That was so slow. That was not a technical director in my sense. Obviously, Edu was a good player. Like, don't diss Edu in that sense, but when it comes to
he was
technical
a fringe
director,
player at best.
Yeah, but
you weren't even that great at Arsenal.
But when it comes to
show some respect, guys. Show some respect.
When it comes to technical, see, I throw some respect in there, but when it comes to directing, when it comes to technical director, yeah, there's Andrea Berta is top. That's he gets all the praise for this.
No, fair enough. I think you wanted to say something.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say is there's two parts of it though, because like the way I understand it is Arteta is one that has the initial chat to get the player won over, right? So he does that. Exactly. He does that first part. So I don't know if you could always criticize Arteta. What I can definitely do from what this transfer window is criticize Edu. He just couldn't finish his dinner.
Yes,
that is what that's very clear to me, and it's just refreshing. Just to I know it's annoying for us fans because we want to know all the time who we sign in, and for 6 weeks or however long, it was all over the place. But if this is what it results in, I'll take it every window.
Do you know what it is? The Norgard one just showed me because we got linked. And then a few hours later, it was already done. And I was like, I have not seen Arsenal do this kind of stuff.
No, never seen
Yeah, and for me, obviously, Arteta, he gets players to buy into the project. And we're an attractive club to come to right now. We're challenging. We're going far in the Champions League. I don't think it's that difficult to go to a player and say, come to Arsenal. Like they'll probably be like, hey, of course.
But just to interject though. Yeah, no, sorry, Dan. Go ahead, mate. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but Arteta put us in this position to be.
Do you know? See, that's the thing I was gonna say now is that have you ever seen a player do what Gyökeres has done? No. Never. I've never seen it.
Yeah, Mudryk, but he went Chelsea.
Yeah, but
you were seeing Arsenal vids on his iPad, and then I've seen him in the Chelsea kit.
Think about it. Like he's doing the vids. You've seen Basuma do it as well. seen a couple of people do it where they'll, throw a little shirt or whatever. But this guy, bearing in mind, chose to give up 2 million.
No,
2 million.
I've never wanted
Right?
to play at Arsenal so much.
I was listening to Charles Watts on that, and it's actually 2 million per season at Arsenal.
That he's given up.
Wow.
Yeah, to come up the 10 million.
Wow.
Actually.
Wow.
So it was actually being reported.
So that's what I'm trying to say. And think about it. He's had bigger offers. He's had bigger offers from other clubs. Bigger clubs, if you want to talk about it. Bigger clubs, right? But he chose to come to Arsenal. And maybe what I'm trying to say is that Arteta had a big part to play in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna blame him now. I'm not gonna say I want him to get every single player that he wants. So at the end, when he fails, he has zero excuse, and that's the end of it.
Whoa!
You know me, bro. I don't want to say we didn't sign this. I want him out because right now I'm gassed. I'm happy. Arsenal are getting everything done, but also it's on the flip. If he doesn't win anything or at least come like within 2 to 4 points, the fans it's enough.
Yeah, they're gonna be enough.
Sorry,
I'll just I'll let you answer after, but I'm just gonna go into whoever wants to claim it as well. Gyökeres, what do we feel about it? Would you think it's a signing out of 10? Let's start with that. And also with the Gyökeres signing, what are your league predictions now? What are where do we stand?
I feel like it can't be, when you really think about it, when you think about seasons gone past and the things that have like held us back, whether it be looking at 22-23 till 22-24 or 23-24 till 24-25, lacking that clinical number 9 who is born and bred to score goals and put the ball in the back of the net, it kind of has to be a 10 out of 10 when you really think about it. Or if you were gonna be like harsh, you'd say like a 9 because someone like Isak would be a 10 if that makes sense. So if I kind of look at it from like a holistic point of view, I have to really rate Gyökeres as a signing because when you think about it, let's just have it right. Yeah, let's just look outright. If any other club had signed the top goal scorer in Europe, you'd be raving about it. They'd be raving about it. They'd be saying, "Oh wow, what a signing! They've signed a born and bred goal scorer." All these sorts of things. They'd be throwing them all of the accolades. But then naturally, when it's Arsenal, you have to question everything about his playing style. You have to say that, oh, but it doesn't match. Oh, but this, and he only does this. He only scores goals from this sort of way. There has to be so many question marks around it. But I'm not deluded in that way. I'm just looking at player matching up to the club and being put into a team. The reason why I think this is so key is Arsenal create chances. Whether you want to say that they don't score loads of goals from transition, why is that? Because we're not lethal from transition. That is why that is. As much as we talk about, oh, Arsenal just come up against low blocks and all these sorts of things, which is true, and I don't disagree with that. But the reason we're not clinical from transition is because we don't score from them. If we've seen so many different transitions played in this season where we haven't taken our chances. If that was Liverpool, and we flipped it, Liverpool get chances in transition naturally because of the way that they play. But the reason you rave about them so much is because they score from their chances in transition. We don't. You bring in someone who probably will. We're going to be talking next season. We're going to come back to this and be like, oh, wow, I thought Arsenal didn't score goals from transition. I thought Arsenal didn't play in transitions. We do. We just score. We always have. Nothing would have suddenly changed. So me, Gyökeres, I'll give it a 9. For me, it has to be a 9.
Well, look what I did with Mourinho. It's like,
it's true.
He's a goal. Imagine you put someone in that can do it.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, you have to. Chef, what are you thinking?
I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. For me, we've needed an elite, cold-blooded goal scorer. Someone who wants to break their back to get on the end of chances. We've the thing is, you know why I don't think the Havertz signing was great, because he was a midfielder, but as a footballer, I don't think he's shit. I don't. I'm honest. I think, but it's because he's on the wages he's on, and he come in as a marquee signing, and that's what. But as a footballer, but this is different. I need to score. I need to go. Do you know what I mean? And I want someone who's got that sort of mentality where he sees Saka has the ball and his eyes light up. He's sprinting and he's saying, "Just play me in." Like, we don't have that. Everything's nonchalant. Havertz nonchalant drops in. His quality on the ball, you know, he's all. But Gyökeres, those moments, you know, PSG, this guy, you know, Arsenal. We've watched them for the couple years, but RYL, me, you, Matt, older. Arsenal have always had an unbelievable goal scorer until now. This is the first time I can remember since I've been watching that we've not had someone up front. Whether it was Van Persie, Henry, Ian Wright, Bergkamp, Aubameyang. Aubameyang was a goal scorer. Do you know what I mean? He came in, Giroud. I didn't love him, but he was better than anything that we've had now.
That name's blasphemy on this pod, man. That name is blasphemy on this pod.
This guy, Gyökeres, he's that player who has a mentality of, I just want to score. If I have 5 chances, I want to score all 5. I don't even want to square it. I don't care about you. I just want to score 5 goals. And that's the kind of player I've wanted for a long time at Arsenal.
Don't you think, Clayton, don't you think it ups our level in terms of that fear factor? Where teams are coming up against us and they're thinking, oh, before they were coming up against a Havertz, now we're coming up against a Gyökeres.
Do you know what it is? I don't think that. I feel like players know that it's so hard to play against us. That's why they just sit deep every time anyway. It's not going to change that. Like, people are scared to play Arsenal now because they know, like, we're going to have this striker. But even before that, it's not like they were coming at us and because you can't go toe-to-toe with Arsenal Football Club. You get ripped. You have to sit back. Real Madrid, they tried to go toe-to-toe. The only team that I've seen was PSG, and they taught us a bit of a footballing
lesson. Half in the first leg.
Yeah, they taught us a bit of a footballing lesson. Because the front three, you know, Dewey, I've like Dembele, these players, Kvaratskhelia, different 3 world-class forwards, and the midfield we had the injuries, but it was a lot more fluid. But other than that, I don't feel like we went against anyone this season and was like, oh my God, they're much better than us. We lost because of ourselves. We never faced anyone where I looked at Arsenal and said, damn, they were the only team, I'm telling you, this, like last season, where I was like, wow, that is the best team in the world. Other than that, no one in the league, I feared no one.
But they weren't miles off us, though. It wasn't one of those like the City when it was 5-0 a couple of years back.
No.
We're going to make that step. There's the PSG one. You're like, a couple of signings, and we're back at these boys. So
yeah, no, I agree.
It's just you know, when we played them, they were better. Like, you know, I was just like,
yeah.
Like, we could have won the game. You know, when like a smash and grab, but overall, the football, they was better than us. But other than them, no one else this season. And that, I feel like Gyökeres, you add into our team that striker, and all of the difference is made. I just feel like we need one more, because if he gets injured, it's over again. It's actually over again.